Hey, it's Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Let's have some fighting words. In this video, I want to talk about Danny Jacobs and his return to the ring against none other than Jaime Munguía. I just want to start right off the back and say I don't know who Danny Jacobs pissed off in the offices upstairs for him to get Jaime Munguía, because I know the projection that they were trying to do for him. And then I look at who they're giving him. I don't think that he asked for Munguía. And if he did, I think the dude is reaching. And I think he's reaching in the wrong direction. I don't think it would make sense for him to want Munguía because, well, for one, in terms of resumes, they're not really on the same level. But the other thing is, the most obvious thing is, I don't know how he beats Munguía. So I'm going to be as honest and frank as I possibly can. I don't know how he beats Jaime Munguía. I don't see, Danny Jacobs. I mean, I suppose he could do, what seems to be his MO as of lately and do like a boring fight and edge it out, with the judges, I suppose. But the way Munguía fights, I don't see how that's going to be possible. And I definitely don't see how Danny Jacobs is going to keep him on the outside. Danny Jacobs is a good boxer, but he doesn't have the hardest punch in the world. And in order for you to keep Munguía off of you, you better have like some heavy hands. And I don't feel like Danny Jacobs' hands are as heavy or heavy enough to keep Munguía at bay. And especially not to keep him at bay for 12 rounds. I mean, like, I'm just being honest. Like, there's no way he keeps Munguía at bay for 12 rounds. I played this in my mind. I played this, I'm playing it now, even as I'm speaking to you. I'm playing this in my mind. And I want to say something like, I don't know, like positive about the situation. Like, I don't know what let's just say, like Danny Jacobs wins this fight, which I got to be honest, I don't really see how he gets past Munguía. But let's just say he wins this fight. Who is he fighting next? Like, you're technically going that way when you should be going this way. So who is he fighting next? I mean, personally, I would like to see him try to get like a Charlo fight because they've had beef. Why don't you put him in there with Boo Boo Andrade? Like, I'm just trying to figure out who Danny Jacobs pissed off. Like, he pissed somebody off, and they're like, we got to get rid of Danny Jacobs. And like, he's fighting Munguía. That's the only way that I can see it, because I don't know how he wins this fight. I mean, like I said, as of lately, the last two fights in particular that he's had, they've been pretty much snooze fest. In which case, he was like, yeah, I just didn't feel it, or, he said that twice, back-to-back fights, where it's just like, I didn't feel it, well, this is a fight where either you feel it or you're gonna feel very numb and your toes are gonna curl up, because Munguía is a headhunter and Munguía takes people out of there. So, well, let me stop right now. Before I go any further, if you like these videos, please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that thumbs up button. It means a lot with YouTube, and hit the subscribe button. It means a lot with me. And like I said several times, I would like to do more content. I would like to do this on a more frequent basis. And there's a lot of things that I would like to implement to Fighting Words, and not just give these breakdowns. There's a lot more that I feel like I can talk about, on a psychological level of a fighter. Also, I would love to do some mythical matchups. So there's just a lot of things that I would like to do. So please hit that thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. But let's get back to this. So, like I said, Danny Jacobs, he's a great boxer. And he has great legs. I will give him that. Well, I mean, he's gotten older. He doesn't have the legs he used to have. But he moves very, very well. However, Munguía is a lot younger. Munguía is a lot stronger. Munguía looks bigger. Munguía hits a lot harder. And I'm talking one-punch knockout power. And, I just don't see how Danny Jacobs can sustain a full-on attack from Munguía and the body. There aren't too many people who are going to sit there and just take an attack from him, a full-on body attack. I don't foresee that. And I definitely don't think, Danny Jacobs is going to be the first one to, not to knock the guy, but I don't see him being the first one to really be like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to go toe to toe with Munguía. I think that's a bad idea. Not to mention when Danny Jacobs, either he gets knocked down or he gets hit really hard, he resorts back to Brooklyn, like real quick. And I mean, we all do it, shout out South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? So we all do it. We all resort back to where we're from. But there's a time and a place for everything. And I don't necessarily think him resorting back to Brooklyn with Munguía is going to benefit him or for the least bit just serve him. I don't feel nor see that serving him. I don't feel Danny Jacobs standing his ground with Munguía and not having him standing his ground is not going to benefit him, and it's not going to work in his favor. Him being a movable target does work in his favor. Again, I don't foresee him knocking out Munguía because Munguía is kind of built for battle. He doesn't mind a slugfest. So I don't foresee him knocking him out, but I do see, maybe this old dog, this veteran can pull out some tricks and frustrate, the younger guy, which is very much so possible, I mean, so it can happen, and it has happened, several times. You look at Floyd when he fought Canelo, Canelo was bigger, Canelo was younger, Canelo hit harder, but, you have somebody in there who's a vet, who knows the ring, who knows every little pocket, who knows every little trick, who's been hit with every single punch, and sometimes, just experience and just being in the ring for X amount of years works in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't work in your favor because you realize you're not as fast as you used to be, or your endurance level is not quite what it was, or your reaction time is not quite what it was. But I think Danny Jacobs could finagle this in his favor if, number one, he stays moving, because if the minute he plants his feet, he's kind of like a dead man punching. So he has to stay moving. He also needs to pump that jab, and I mean, keep the jab in his face. And I don't care if it's just something to frustrate him. Just keep the jab in his face. Give him something to think about, because he doesn't know what comes after the jab. Just give him something to think about. And don't let your feelings get into this. Don't be like, Brooklyn, nobody wants to hear you scream out Brownsville again, because Brownsville is not in the ring with you, and Brownsville cannot help you. And that's just a concept. When we scream out, oh, I'm from here, that's just a concept. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't give you any source of power. Maybe psychologically it does something for you, like, I'm repping the hood or whatever you want to do, but it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. On, Munguia's side, I just see those hooks. I see those body shots, and Munguía has this nice little thing where he kind of skips a little bit to the side, and as he's skipping, he just kind of like throws like a check hook, so he's just bop, bop, boom, and it's just like a two-step to the side, and then he throws a check hook. So a lot of people, not a lot of, for the most part, most guys, including myself, you take that lead leg and you step out and then you throw the hook. Munguía will kind of just do a two-step to the side. So he's moving and then you get the hook on the end, which, one, makes it harder for you to return fire. And two, I think what it does is his percentages in landing that shot go up higher just because he's moving. And he's moving in place to land that shot. And he can do it, he does it two different ways. So he does it like a check hook while stepping. Now, normally a check hook is kind of like stepping back, but he'll step to the side and just like a check hook. But he'll also do like Triple G. He'll come over the top. So he's still stepping to the side, but comes over the top. Now, like I said, I think it ups his percentages in hitting the target. One, because you don't always see that punch coming. You don't always see that punch coming. And he's great at following up to the body. So you're getting it upstairs, and he's throwing bombs downstairs as well. You're not safe anywhere with Munguía. And that's the thing. You're not safe anywhere. Everywhere is a potential target. And I'm not saying he fights like Triple G. I'm just saying he's kind of like Triple G in that sense where, you're going to get it everywhere. You're going to know you've been in a fight. You're going to feel beat up. You're going to be exhausted because some people just headhunt. Not Munguía. No, it's wherever there's an open target, I will hit that thing. And again, I think this is a good fight. I think this is a good step up for Munguía and a good fight for him to learn. But I'm struggling to try to find anything remotely positive to say about Danny Jacobs on why he should be taking this fight. And sorry, I'm at a loss of words, to be honest with you, because I really don't know. This isn't even a fight where you're like, well, I'll take the belt. I just don't think stylistically it works in Danny Jacobs' favor to get, say, Munguía has a belt. It's just not in his favor to be in the ring with somebody with that fight style, somebody that relentless, somebody that tenacious, and I'll just leave it at that. I don't think his fight style plays well with his fight style. That's what I'm saying. And don't get me wrong, I look forward to see it. Anytime Munguia's in the ring, I'm going to watch it. But it's going to be really interesting to see, what Danny Jacobs has in store in terms of a game plan for Munguía, and vice versa as well. Lately Munguía has been a little bit more patient, and I think that patience will serve him with somebody who's as mobile as Danny Jacobs. So we'll see. But you drop your comments down below. I want to know what you think. What do you think about the fight between Danny Jacobs and Munguía? What do you think about just the overall style matchups? Do you think Danny Jacobs pissed somebody off upstairs because he's in the ring? He'll soon be in the ring with Munguía. What do you think? Drop your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say.